Sairam, dear children. All of you must have heard the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. It's a salutation to the defense personnel called Jawan in Hindi, farmers called Kisan. Why do we honor them? While Jawan ensures our safety and security, Kisan provides us with food we eat. Both are extremely essential and important for our lives. Whatever may be the job your parents do or you will come to do in due course, all may need food in time. Doctors, engineers, other technicians, bureaucrats all need food. Who produces these crops, pulses, cereals, fruits, vegetables, milk, egg, and so on? Farmers. With hats off to farmers, let us come to our chapter, Basava's Farm. Now look at these pictures. A plowman plowing the field with his team of bullocks, the farmer sowing the seeds, the man watering the crops, women engaged in removing weeds, adding manure and fertilizers. See the sprinklers sprinkling water and finally reaping the yield. Processing the crops and finally making it ready for sale. What a long and strenuous process. Think of the members of the family engaged in this sort of work and role each and every one play, the tools they use, and above all, the beads of sweat they shed. Children, you must always hold farmers in high esteem. Hunger and thirst are common to all. Basava's farm. Basava introduces his family. He is a small boy. His father is a farmer. They live in Balvanika village in Karnataka. His father grows onion crops. So he says that it's the month of July. So they are getting ready to grow the onion crops. Before growing any crops, the first step that needs to be done is preparing the soil. The soil has to be tilted, turned upside down, and this is usually done by an implement called kanti in Karnataka, generally called as spade. Find out what is it called in our language. Kanti is an iron rod to dig the soil, loosen it and make it soft. So once the soil is prepared, it's made soft and loosened. It is now ready to sow the seeds. His appa uses bullocks which will pull the kurige, and appa used to walk behind them. You know what is a kurige? Kurige is the plow. Find out what is it called as in our language. He walks behind the kurige and sprinkles the seed. It is not an easy task. Basava tells that he would also like to sprinkle the seeds, but his father tells that the seeds have to be dropped in right amount with right distance or a regular distance. Too many seeds should not be dropped. So Basava understands that he is very small and he cannot do it. So he has to grow a little more to do that. Then they water the field. The sprouts start coming out. Along with the sprouts, weeds also come. You know what are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants that grow along with these crops. It has to be removed or else they'll take up all the water and fertilizers. So after removing the weeds, the crops grow enough. Once the crops are mature enough and the leaves start turning yellow and drying up, that means that onions are ready to be taken out. So all the members in the family, they work together to take out this onion, or else what will happen? It will get rot if it is not taken at the right time. And all their work will go on vain. So children, do you help your parents at home? In what all ways do you help them? See what Basava is doing. He sometimes doesn't go to school also. When the onion crops are ready, all the members of his family, they join hands together and work together till the onions are taken out. Once it is taken out, Amma and Auntie uses the ilige. Ilige is a sickle. Used to cut the dried leaves from the top of the onions. And finally, they all together pack these onions for sale. See what all steps they have taken to get out these onions from the field. So children, let us recapitulate whatever we have learned. What are the different steps involved in growing a crop? Whatever crop it may be, the main basic steps involved in it are: first one is preparing the soil. Tilling the soil, making it loose and soft. That is the first step. Once the soil is ready, the second step is sowing the seeds. And we have seen that the seeds have to be dropped in right amount at a regular distance. Then watering the crops. Once the sprouts start coming out, we see that weeds also grow along with the crops. So these weeds are unwanted plants which have to be removed. Then adding manure and fertilizers, that is the next step. Constant watering, that is irrigation of the crops. Finally, when the crops are ready, reaping the yield, and finally packing it for sale. These are the different steps involved in growing crops. And nowadays we know that we have a lot of modern machineries which has made the work of farmers easy. Like instead of bullock using a plow to till the soil, we have tractors doing the work. We have machines like combines which help the farmers to chop the hay. Then various tools that we use like kurige, the plow, ilige, that is actually the sickle, then kanti, which is actually called as the spade or shovel. These are various tools used in farming. So hope you understood the basic steps involved in growing crops. So you have few activities in the textbook. Do the activities and few questions will be given as homework. Complete it and send it to my personal WhatsApp number. Till we meet again, Sai Ram.